A very warm welcome to the Trading Mentors. This is Chris here. Hope you're having a great day. This is the Midweek Forex forecast for the 8th of March. So in this video, which is going on YouTube as well as to members, we're going to be covering quite a bit today, but it's only about 15-20 minutes. So put your feet up, grab a coffee and enjoy. So this week so far we had a profit on the Euro Canadian, 100 pips, US Canadian 120 pips. We're short the Euro Yen plus about 50-60 pips, and the Canadian Yen plus 30-40 pips at the moment. So that's going to target and going to plan. I also want to do is go over each one so that it's clear about why we entered and also where our targets are and so on, so you get a better understanding of the systems that we use. For those who are new to my YouTube channel, you're very welcome and hope you're going to be able to subscribe and join the team if you want to. So due to requests, I'm going to go over the Ichimoku cloud, which I wrote a book on many years ago. If you don't understand the Ichimoku cloud, then I will send you the book, no problem at all. The synopsis I'm going to go through is a brief one. The course on Ichimoku is actually quite lengthy and quite detailed, so I'm just going to show you the outline of that today and why it works and how you should use it, and more importantly, when not to use it. So onto the DXY, we're seeing some strength in the US dollar, but will it continue? We'll have to wait and see. We'll do the analysis on that. The yen futures are vital for our yen positions, aren't they? Because the yen futures tells us whether the yen is weak or strong, and therefore we can actually pick out the yen pairs which we think are the best ones to trade. Indices, we're now for stocks. We saw a big drop on the Dow yesterday, but will it continue? Let's go through that. Commodities, gold and silver. Congratulations to everybody who bought the gold software. You made about 300 pips yesterday. Within a couple of hours, so that was fantastic. So that investment on its own has paid for itself just on yesterday's trade. Look at silver, and of course we'll look at gold as well. Double tops, double bottoms, triple tops, etc. I'll be looking at those. They're one of my favorite ways to trade. We'll do the full forex analysis, pick out my favorite trades, and see what's going on. We've got non-farm payroll this week, so we expect low volumes. That's normal. And if you want to be part of my team, it's a 14-day trial. There's a link below. Just click on the link and that'll get you through to the website where you can sign up. And it's safe. 14-day free trial. If you don't like it, leave. So this is one of the trades we had. It's closed now due to low volumes more than anything else. But this is the Ichimoku cloud. And as we can see, what I've got here, and the best settings to use are the 4-hour on the left, the 1 hour on the right, top right, and the 30-minute on the bottom right. So whenever there's a trend, and this is the only way you would use this particular setup, the Ichimoku cloud is designed for continuations of a trend. It does not work on divergence. It does not work on wave 5s. It's a continuation of, for instance, a wave 4. So if you're looking to trade a wave 4, then you can pop into this setup and just confirm it. So the first thing you need to see is that the cloud is green, and therefore the buyers are in. And we have a buy signal here, we have a buy signal here, we have a buy signal here. And of course we have the 1 hour, which has to emulate the 4-hour chart. And as you can see here, it does, the buy signal here, and a buy signal on the 30 minutes. So you can see the breakout, and that at the time of the break all the clouds are green. The other thing to note here, this lagging indicator here tells you where the price is going, but it needs to break the cloud. So you can see that there, and that there. Okay, it needs to be above the cloud to confirm it's going to continue upwards. Now there's a lot more detail into this, which I'm not going to go through now because it would be a half-hour session on its own. So that's the setup you're looking for. So remember, the Aussie USD does exactly the opposite of the US Canadian. So if you fancy a sell rather than a buy, then of course this is the setup for a short position. Again, with the cloud, it needs to show red, which indicates a downtrend, and 1, 2, 3 charts agree. and that's it. Very simple setup and color coordinated, which I love. So red is sell and green is buy. Well, congratulations. Before we go into the markets, just want to congratulate everybody who bought the gold software and then traded it. So there was a big sell-off here at 18.45, went down to 18.10. So 450 pips was there within a few hours. So congratulations again to you guys. One of the things to look out for is the stochastic. At the point of entry is in Newt, and the histogram. Your histogram should be red as well and below the 50-day moving average. And notice the sell. There was no pullback on this until just now. This is not ready now. There's speeches this afternoon, so that's going to make sure that all the US dollar especially, which is this is linked to, will remain pretty much sideways until the speech is finished this afternoon. So we've got not much going on at the moment, but let's go into the markets in the next few minutes. But I want to show you the trades that we've got live. So Canadian yen, we're short, plus 21 grand. Nasdaq long. That's in a wave 4. Cover that one, 22,000 down, and the euro yen starting to make a move, 33,000. So mixed markets, but nonetheless looking okay. Right, hope you enjoyed that little bit there. So here we go, into the markets, into the DXY. We go down the list. If you haven't been in my YouTube channel before, we go down the list every day. So if you want to be part of the team and you want to get the analysis every day, then I do this during the New York session and I send you a link and you can have a look. So the DXY 105.66. Now it's in a wave 5 pattern. If you don't understand what a wave 5 pattern is, this is the wave 4, which is the continuation of the uptrend. Wave 5 is the reversal. So while everybody is buying US dollars, we will be selling it. So this is normally the setup. It comes down into an A, then into a B, and then it moves down to a C. So that is the pattern that usually happens. The other thing that you notice with the wave 5 is you have a head and shoulders pattern as well, which is a complete reversal. So what can happen, of course, is as that pattern merges, I'll draw my lines, then you may see a complete collapse of the dollar. But of course, it's early days. We've got non-farm payroll this week. We've got the speech this afternoon out of the US. So the price will make its own mind up. But technically, this is in a wave 5 pattern, and we're going to see some movement in the next few days. Now the yen futures are really important for us as a team, because what we need to do is to see which direction the yen is going. It's been weak in the last day or two, last couple of days, but interestingly the yens have not rallied. So this is something else going on here. And what we have here, technically we have positive divergence. The MACD signal line is moving up, yet the price has been moving down. So that indicates a potential reversal here. Now it's not been confirmed, of course. It needs to break this descending line here. Once it breaks that, then it's going to head for 74.86. But until we get clarification, then we won't know for sure what's going to happen. It may just roll over and continue down, where we'll be looking for opportunities to buy any of the yens. We're short the Canadian yen, up about, I don't know, 50 pips. Euro yen's up about same, 60 pips. Going to cover those in a minute. But this, we've got a buy signal here as well. So this indicates it could get strong, which will help drive the Canadian yen and the Euro yen south to the target. So we're hoping that we can see some strength in the yens, but it's early days. We're going to have to wait and see. If this does break out to the upside, then we're going to go short many of these positions, including the pound yen, even the Swiss yen. Now everyone else is thinking of selling the markets. We're not, we're buying them, and that's okay. Remember that you cannot be the one of the 1% unless you're doing the opposite to everybody else. If 90% is losing the money every 6 months, and you have to think differently outside the box. Now this is the Nasdaq 12,152. So we've got a wave 4 pattern. This is a continuation of the uptrend from the previous move, and all this is a correction. The wave 3 is a correction back into the wave 4, heading for wave 5. So our target is 13,842. On to commodities. Most of the other indices are pretty much sideways without any confirmation yet. We have to wait for the news on Friday. So join me on Friday afternoon during the non-farm payroll, and we'll have some trades probably, because if markets take off, then we're going to be going to get in. So members, look out for Friday after 1:30 UK time. So here is silver. This has been weak for some time. We had a sell signal here. Congratulations if you sold this, down to $20.19. Now it's got oversold now. So the wave C confirms that really. So we're expecting a pullback back up to $20.50, where it will probably roll over. Now this much depends on the DXY. What happens there? If DXY goes up, then commodities tends to come down. That's the way it is. That's the correlation. So if DXY falls, as we think it may do in the next, it might take a week to sort itself out. But if it does, it eventually decide to become weak, then of course this will drive prices higher. On to gold. Again, congratulations yesterday, guys, if you got the software. This is the direction of the outlook for gold. Again, very similar to silver, of course. It will likely come back up to about 1828, 1829, previous support, now resistance, and before it rolls over again. Again, it needs to correlate with the DXY. If DXY goes up, then this will go down. DXY goes down, this will go up. And we're looking for another buying opportunity, possibly after the double bottom, to actually break this and move up. And the potential for this is quite large actually. So the target, if it does break up, it's going to be 1911. US Swiss, there is a wave 5 here, guys, you can't see it. The double top formation is hiding it, but there's a wave 5. There's the 3, there's the 4, continuation uptrend to the 5, down to A, and it's forming B now, which is going to head towards C. So this is a fantastic setup for wave 5s. Now this won't work on Ichimoku clouds, of course, because that's a continuation of uptrend or downtrend. So understanding the difference between those is really, really important. So you need to adjust your charts depending on the formation of the pattern. So this is in a wave 5. So we've got the head shoulders here, left shoulder, right shoulder, hitting an order block. So this is a sell zone. The red zones are sell zones, the green are buy zones. And what happens here, the software actually tells you where the price is going. Believe it or not, it gives you a target. So the target is 0.9189, but don't forget this is US dollar dominant. So again, it depends on the speeches coming out this afternoon. But the great thing about this is if it does, we do get a sell signal here, which is highly likely, then of course we can have a really tight stop, can't we? With a massive profit potential. Now this is the US Canadian. Now we showed you this on the Ichimoku cloud. It was a continuation of a wave 4 pattern. So the cloud will confirm when it's ready. You don't need it, but if you prefer that, that's fine. We're just looking for wave 4s and wave 5s, aren't we, for entries and exits. So in this instance, we had a buy down here somewhere, 136 something, and we had a target 138.70, somewhere around there. But of course, we've now got a wave 5 formation. Now, of course, this may well be caused by low volumes, which is highly likely. But nonetheless, to take 120 pips off the table is not a bad thing during non-farm payroll week. I wouldn't do it normally, but I'd let it ride and I'll have break-even trade, and if it stops out it doesn't matter. But nonetheless, we're seeing ultra low volumes this week so far. On to Canadian yen, which we are short, and just working out tips we're in. Doesn't really matter, but what we're in profit. That's all I'm interested in. Let's head in for target. That's all I'm interested in. What we can do now, of course, is we can start managing this trade now. You can notice here my stop was up here at somewhere about there, 101, just below 101, and now we can move our stop. So your initial stop needs to be above the previous high, in this instance in a wave 5. So we've got a wave 5 pattern, left shoulder, right shoulder, then you have an A, B is the sell, and C is your target. So C is down here. I've got a target of 98.50, so it's just above that, which is fine. Gives us what is that, 182 pips. But now we can manage it. As I say, your initial stop is above the previous high. Now the price has been established, and you can see the resistance lines being drawn automatically. For this price to break up, it needs to break this convergence area here at 10026. So now you wouldn't bring it to break even yet, because if you bring it to break even, it could just flip up and stop you out. So you just need to make sure your stop is above the area of resistance. Okay, and of course, as it moves down and achieves lower lows as it's doing right now, then of course we can move our stop accordingly. Oh, there you are, written in the left shoulder, right shoulder. This is a head and shoulders pattern. If you don't know, it is in wave 5, guys. You have to believe me. It's hidden by the double top, which is an even more powerful reversal. And there will be an order block there as well. I put the order blocks to one way for the moment. So here we go. We had a sell signal here, 145.32. We got in a bit late, I think. Never mind. But nonetheless, again, your stop is above the previous high, just in case it flips up. And of course, now we can manage that accordingly. I prefer to see this price move below the 50-day moving average, which is excellent, because that shows continued weakness heading for 143.10, 200 pips or so. So at the end of the day, what we'll do, I'm not going to do it now, but I will be moving my stop accordingly with this resistance line here in the next few days. I hear you say, Chris, why aren't we shorting the pound yen? Well, there's a very good reason for that. First of all, we have 2 short yens on the table already, so that's more than enough risk on the table. Secondly, the pound yen is in a wave 4. Now, the wave 4 is a continuation of the previous trend. Okay, so this is simply a retracement. We will be looking to buy this. But obviously we need the yen futures to confirm that direction. That needs to go short to drive the price higher. So what may happen, of course, is the 2 yen positions we're short on hopefully hit target, but then immediately as they do, we'll have a long position on this. It's definitely not ready yet. Of course, as you can see, it's broken the 50-day moving average, so this is going to go down more. But what we're looking for is price to come back up to the 50-day moving average and get a buy signal, buy signal, buy signal, and then we'll be going long on the pound yen. So this is the Euro Canadian, which we bought, I don't know, last week. We closed it a few days ago. And there's good reason for this. I very rarely close positions early unless there's legitimate technical reasons. So this is the deal on the Euro Canadian. And again, it's a learning curve if you've not seen this before. But what we have is a wave 4, a buy signal, which is what we're waiting for. And a wave 4 is a continuation of the uptrend from the previous uptrend. And the wave 3 is a correction, which is, we love those because we're buying low and the price is above the 50-day moving average. So again, we're looking for the same system, the same patterns over and over again. And that's how you learn. Once you've done it over and over again, you'll learn. Now, what's happening now? At the exit, we banked about 100 pips. We had a wave 5. And again, I'll update members each time this happens to close early if that's the case. I don't like doing it, to be honest. But what's happening now? So, now the wave 5 is set up. You can probably guess what's going to happen now. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Not that one, I don't want that one. So this is going to go up from an A to a B, and then once it hits the B, there's going to be a target for C, somewhere around there. So this isn't ready by any means, but it's a very good way of exiting a trade at a based upon a really intelligent decision, rather than just guessing, and waiting for a new setup, which could give us a great opportunity to make a lot of money during a wave 5 scenario. And again, this is on my hot list, so I'll make that orange, so that I'll look at that each morning to see if it's ready. Right, this one is ready, just spotted it, so this is going to go out to the VIP room and all the members who are paying for the analysis every day, but you can trade this now if you want. So here's the numbers, guys, and this is what happens once you become a member. I'll text you the numbers. So the stop is 194.50 and the target, oh, it's already there, is 189.70, let's say. And the reason for that, you can see left shoulder, head, right shoulder into an A, B. So the sell is there. The sell signals appeared here. The price is now below the 50-day moving average. And so therefore that is going to go down to target in the next few days. The interesting thing about the positions we have open, they will have very little effect in terms of non-farm payroll and the speeches coming out today. So they're fairly neutral. The Asian sessions, of course, so you've got to make sure your stops are in the right place if you're not trading the Asian session. Here's another one which was highlighted by one of the guys in the VIP room, Euro Swiss. If you want to buy this, personally, I've taken my position off. I don't like Euro Swiss. It's not something I trade very often, but if you want to trade it, we have a double bottom sitting on a 50-day moving average, which is strong. And the way I would trade this now is to get my arrow and trade the breakout. So your target's going to be 10075. Okay, 10075. So a couple of things to look out for. You should be going short pound New Zealand. Look out for the US Swiss. That's going to go short in a wave 5, which needs to correlate with the DXY, of course. So just be careful this week with trading the dollar. I can take that one off now. I've got that one. US Swiss, Canadian yen, Euro yen. Look to buy the pound yen. It's nowhere near ready yet, by the way. And there's a few more which I'll go through every day. If you don't join me every day, then please trade carefully. But if you want to get some analysis from a guy that's been trading for 30 years, yes, 30 years. It's actually longer, but I'm going to keep that secret. But have a brilliant day, and I'll speak to you soon.